Prince Charles took part in a virtual annual review of the spending of Clarence House and dropped a major hint he was not happy with Meghan and Harry's move across the Atlantic. The Clarence House annual spending review reveals Prince Charles spent £5.6 million on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in the past 12 months. He still pays for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge out of his £22.2 million Duchy of Cornwall income. Charles paid for the public duties of Harry and Meghan and some of their private costs before they quit as working royals. The account shows a bill of £5.607 million in 2019-2020, up 11% or £556,000 from £5.051 million in 2018-2019. The report provides no detailed breakdown of the funding for the activities of the Sussexes and the Cambridges. Royal aides declined to comment on the reason for the increase, saying the money came from Charles's private duchy income. The accounts run from April 2019 to the end of March 2020, just after the UK went into lockdown. Harry and Meghan received financial support from Charles when they started their new life in the US. A spokeswoman said at the time the couple were paying for their own security and Charles was making private financial contributions, but not necessarily from his duchy income. However, the couple signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix estimated to be worth up to £75 million over 5 years. After their partnership with Netflix was announced, Prince Harry and Markle released a statement saying that they will be releasing inspirational shows via the streaming platform. Critics had called for Harry and Meghan to pay back the £2.4 million of taxpayers' money spent renovating their Windsor property, which they have decided to keep on as a permanent base in the UK despite buying an £11 million mansion in California. Buckingham Palace also confirmed yesterday that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have paid an undisclosed sum up front for the rental and refurbishment of Frogmore Cottage. A spokesman for Prince Harry said, "A contribution has been made to the sovereign grant by the Duke of Sussex. This contribution, as originally offered by Prince Harry, has fully covered the necessary renovation costs of Frogmore Cottage, a property of Her Majesty the Queen, and will remain the UK residence of the Duke and his family." Charles's non-official expenditure for himself and his family from his duchy money was £3.2 million, up £45,000. The money covers the salary costs of personal secretaries, chefs, valets, farm, garden and stable staff. The cost of the Prince's London office and official residence fell from £668,000 to £521,000. A source said the drop was due to lower costs on the repairs and refurbishments of Clarence House. The Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall adapted quickly to a new digital way of working during lockdown, aides have revealed. The royal couple have been using smartphones propped on books, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Camilla has even been converted to using social networking app House Party. Most recently, Charles filmed video encouraging Britons to raise money for Macmillan Cancer Support's Coffee Morning this Friday. This week, he's launched Re-TV, a platform for promoting and showcasing the kind of solutions being made to balance industry with people and planet. The Duke of Cornwall was addressing the start of New York Climate Change Week, one of the only major climate change summits and events not to have been cancelled this year due to pandemic. He spoke of the need for business leaders and governments to form clear strategies to halt emissions, to remove subsidies from polluting industries, and to restore nature. "Where humans make a profit," said the prince, "we also have to make a profit for nature, by putting something back. We can operate out industries far better, there is hope, but we have to get our act together. And remember that the natural world is what sustains us." In other royal news, Queen refuses to take annual pay rise while Brits suffer devastating pandemic cuts. Buckingham Palace figures reveal the 94-year-old monarch will receive an £85.9 million sovereign grant next year, which includes £33 million to repair her palaces. But faced with a £35 million shortfall in personal income due to coronavirus affecting Crown Estate's rents and tourism, the grant will be frozen at £86.3 million for 2021-22 and 2022-23. The royal household said it is not furloughing or laying off any staff but looking to make savings through efforts and efficiencies. A palace source said, "Her Majesty understands that families across the country are having to make things go further, and that should be the same for the palace." The sovereign grant is calculated as 25% of the total Crown Estate's income. But royals yesterday estimated a £20 million fall in receipts because of pandemic. And tourist income via the Royal Collection Trust paid to the Queen will be £5 million down every year for the next 3 years. This means, taking inflation into account, it will be the first time in living memory the Queen will not get a pay rise, as her taxpayer-funded contribution could fall.